Welcome. Today is 24th September 2024, and the important takeaways from today's newspaper are: in page number 1, an article is being given about the POCSO Act. Watching child sex abuse material is an offence, says the Supreme Court, and this topic comes under the topic of social justice and also betterment of vulnerable sections. So here court advocates that using the term child sexual exploitative and abusive material instead of child pornography to avoid the trivialization of the crime, and calls for a suitable amendment to POCSO Act. And in last few discussions, we have discussed about the limitations of POCSO Act and how it is, what are the limitations we have seen. So in this context, we'll see what is the Supreme Court ruling on child pornography, and also about the protection of children from sexual offences act, that is POCSO Act 2012, and again criticisms around the implementation of POCSO, and also about the amendment act which is happened in 2019, and current relevance also we have to now we're gonna see. Now the first summary of the article is terminology change. So the Supreme Court it have urged the government to change the term, to replace the term. Previously they used to use the word child pornography. Now they're gonna use child sexual exploitative and abusive material. It is to better reflect the nature of abuse and exploitation. And because the term pornography it implies consensual adult activities also, which is not accurate in cases of child abuse and exploitation. And now we'll also see the expansion of section 15 of the POCSO Act 2012. It says that storage of child pornography under section 15, which previously focused on storage for commercial activities, now there are three key offences under the section. One is individuals who store or possess child pornography must delete, destroy or report it, otherwise they will be punishable. Second, section 15 2, it says that possession with the intent to transmit or display for reporting is a chargeable offence, and also storing child pornography for commercial purposes incurs the most severe penalties according to the POCSO Act. And there is a broader definition for possession. Possession means the definition of possession now includes constructive possessions, where if an individual may not physically hold the material, but still if he or she has a control and knowledge over it, then it is also punishable. And for example, watching child pornography online without downloading is also still considered as a possession, and you'll get punishment for doing that. What is a comprehensive sex education? So courts call for an action to give comprehensive sex education in schools and society to eliminate the misconception and to reduce the stigma which is around the sexual health. And its focus areas as this education should also include about the consent, healthy relationship, gender equality and diversity also it is saying, and also the awareness of POCSO Act 2012, that is also there. So, and it also advocates that to provide the support system for the victims, like psychological counseling, therapy interventions and educational support also, and those who are offender rehabilitation. I mean, cognitive behavioral therapy could be used to address the cognitive distortions that led to abusive behavior, that is there. Now we'll see on POCSO Act, and this POCSO Act is enacted in 2012 for the protection of children from offences of sexual assault, sexual harassment and pornography, and it is gender neutral also. And court is saying that the mechanisms should include child friendly reporting, recording of evidence, investigation and speedy trial of offences, and a girl can complain after some years also in this POCSO Act. Suppose recently there is Johnny Master case, in that the girl is 21 years and she put allegations on that particular person that he have tortured me from 5-6 years when she was adolescent. So that case also comes under POCSO, and it is a limitation of POCSO Act. And also in that cases it is very hard for recording of the evidence is not there, and she will claim, and in that manner some people also claiming wrong allegations on the people also, that is also there. And there is also some terms like penetrative sexual assault, harassment, etc. And it is the salient features of the act is it is gender neutral, and we have covered overall the summary of this article. And next we'll switch to the other article. And also we'll see the status of NCRB data regarding the child suffering. So in when you compare 2016-22, there is surge of 96% in the cases of sexual violence against children, and in that penetrative assault includes 38,000 cases in only 22 and 23 year. It is over 38,911 cases are there, the reported cases of child rape. So this is very serious issue right now. And also 43% of rape victims are below 18 years. In that 1.3% or below 6 years, about 20% of 40,000 they are below 16 years, and 22% of the people of the children are 16 to 18 years. And according to POCSO, the person who are male, either male or female, who are less than 18 years are the children. They are considered as a children. And when you observe the POCSO Act cases in the distribution of the India, the Uttar Pradesh is very highest cases in and so they have given a graph, a pie chart also, the POCSO Act cases. So UP is highest, followed by Maharashtra, West Bengal, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu. So Uttar Pradesh is very highest, then Maharashtra, then West Bengal. In the total 2.4 lakh rape cases booked under the POCSO Act, pending in 764 special fast track courts. And now the recently also we have seen that the fast track courts in various states distribution, some states there are 0 fast tracks, etc. You need to revise those topics also. And this source is from the law ministry. And also the incidents have increased during COVID time 2022, and then it is now decreasing, and now recently there is a surge in the POCSO cases also. So now we'll switch to the next article, that is 365 killed in Israel strikes in Lebanon. So 356 people and left over 1200 injured in Lebanon. So Israel claimed that about 1300 Hezbollah sites in southern and eastern Lebanon in 24 hours they have a targeted strike. So that conflict and the war is going on in Lebanon and in Israel. Okay, and we have discussed what are the causes and what are the reasons for that war. Just observe right now. We'll summarize one day. Next article, page number 2. Lieutenant Governor unveils dust-free Delhi drive to combat air pollution. Now the winter gonna start, so the Governor Saxena, he's directing the municipal corporation to do. And also in the last few sessions we have discussed about the monsoon plan also, the 15-point winter action plan they have introduced in 2024, about how there are 15 pointers about the mitigation of the Delhi air pollution. Just look on that. Next we'll switch to other article. In page number 3, 2 more bridges collapse in Bihar. This topic comes under infrastructure, topic number 105. 2-3 days ago we have discussed about the vulnerabilities of infrastructure of India, and recently the Chhatrapati Shivaji statue is also been damaged, and there are also many infrastructure projects that is been damaging. So what are the limitations, why it is happening, how to stop it? In that directions we have to work on. We'll switch to other article, page number 4. Panel led by CEC, the election commission chief election commissioner meets representative of parties in poll-bound Jharkhand. So in Jharkhand there are gonna be elections, and some politics things are given, not needed. Just scroll. In the same page, page number 4, Odisha all set to join Ayushman Bharat health coverage scheme. In the last September 1st week, this Ayushman Bharat scheme, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi have announced for the insurance improvement in the health sector. We have analyzed some articles also regarding that, and they are increasing the age above 70 age also. And now we'll see what is Ayushman Bharat health scheme. And Ayushman Bharat health scheme is basically it provides up to the 5 lakh rupees for the insurance for the poor people who are been mentioned. And this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, it is a flagship program for healthcare. It is a healthcare initiative which is launched in 2018, and for Odisha it took around 8 years. 8 years, right? 2018 to 20, yeah, it took 8 years for the implementation. So in that article they have given why it took 8 years. In that particular Odisha state there is other scheme also that is going on, which gives 10 lakhs rupees insurance for the women of the family. So in this context we have to look on what are the provisions of that scheme. Ayushman Bharat scheme basically it aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which aims for universal health coverage. The key features are, as I've said, it provides a health insurance of up to 5 lakh rupees for family, per an year for secondary and tertiary healthcare. And recently also we have seen about the status of secondary and tertiary healthcare. Just look on it again. What is primary healthcare, secondary healthcare, and tertiary healthcare? How the primary health centers are also working in India. They have given an article 10 days ago, I guess. Just look on the videos. You can know about it. The coverage scope is, according to scheme, is more than 10 crore families in India are primarily who are primarily from economic weaker sections are eligible under the scheme. And this scheme particularly targets the poor and deprived rural families and certain occupational categories also. And beneficiaries can avail the services in both the public and private hospitals without any direct payments, and that private hospitals should be empaneled by the government. And it focuses on the preventive healthcare also, and by established about 1,50,000 health and wellness centers in India. And yeah, why Odisha inclusion for Ayushman Bharat became late is the Odisha's inclusion with it has a scheme called Biju Swasthya Kalyana Yojana, which already provides the health coverage to over 1 crore families. And also now they have signed with the central government and memorandum of understanding. And uh, uh, the Pradhana Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is also for the people of 70 plus years. Pradhana Mantri Narendra Modi recently have gifted. We have seen several news reports that it's a gift for the 70 plus people, and that 70 plus people is all people, not only poor. It is irrespective of their economic status that is there. And we'll switch to the next article. In page number 6, Food Safety Standards Authority of India issues notice to Tamil Nadu firm over ghee adulteration. So, Tamil Nadu, there is one company called AR Dairy Food Private Limited. So, the FSSAI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, it have given some show cause notice to that dairy, and from that dairy, they have conducted one lab analysis they have done. In that, the outcome of that lab analysis is the daily requirement. I mean, uh, the ghee is not of full quality. It is in pre-standard. It is not reaching the full parameters of the quality ghee. So the TTD also, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, it have put that particular company in block, and that company is claiming that the TTD it requires 10 tons of the ghee. Now we have not even supplied 0.1%, and they are like trying to escape those things. In the down of that article, man dies of amoeba infection in Kerala. So as we know about the amoeba thing, how amoeba eating, the day before also we discussed, just revise those things. Next, Kerala reports case of mpox strain. Mpox also we have discussed. High Court steps in Lawrence daughter medical studies. Some article is given that CPI leader Lawrence, he want to donate his body to the medical hospital. Generally, the leftist leaders, like who are from the communist parties, they generally give their body for the medical purposes. The philosophy is that our life is ours. Birth is ours and the life is for the nation. So they don't even waste their body also. They donate to the medical hospital. Recently, when Sitaram Yechury, he's also leftist leader, and when he died, he also have given. He donated his body for the medical studies. That is there. Next, a collective for young artists to learn nuances of different Kudiyattam styles. Kudiyattam, this article is given because a collective of young Kudiyattam artists in Kerala, they were launched a modest note during COVID-19 pandemic. Now they have evolved as a platform, and now they were in a way to save their culture. So now we look on the Kudiyattam styles. So Kudiyattam is a classical Sanskrit theatre. It's a theatre form from Kerala, and India with a rich history spanning over 2000 years. So this art form is existing since 2000 years, and it is one of the oldest existing theatre traditions in the world, and it has been recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. This intangible heritage of humanity is asked in PYQs also. Let's see the overview of this. Kudiyattam means acting together. So, and it is believed that it is originated in ancient temples where it was performed as a sacred offering to deities, and it evolved as a temple form associated with the Bharatiya Natya Shastra also. And just look one video they have documented on YouTube. It's very good. Just go through it. Just type Kudiyatam. You'll be having one documentary by one news channel. It's so good, so that you can cover all the content regarding that Kudiyatam. And now in this perspective, we should also know the difference between Kudiyatam, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, and Theyam. So these are the classic. I mean, these are the art forms, classical art forms of Kerala. For others, it looks similar, but there are several differences between these dances. Remember that Kudiyattam is rooted in the Sanskrit theatre, and it's also masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage. The language they use is Sanskrit and Prakrit, and it is this performance is very slow, and it is elaborated with facial expression and hand gestures also. And the themes include they do art form from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and other mythological tales. So they elaborate with face paints. Both males and females also perform, and they use the drum and cymbals and conch for dance purposes. And it is mostly male dominated. But Nangyaramma perform female roles also. So there are several. It goes for several days also. They have given. And compare it with Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Theyyam. Just know these arts by searching some random video on YouTube. Okay. Now we'll go to the next article, that is editorial. One editorial left side they have given politicizing the laddu. Politicizing the laddu they have given. So India's defense exports and humanitarian law. Here Prabhas Ranjan is a professor at Jindal Group. He is giving his opinion about the humanitarian law, because recently we have seen that public interest litigation have been proposed by some civil servants in the Supreme Court regarding the export of arms and weapons to the Israel. So in this context, they have given an article. Now let's summarize that article. Quite a few countries have curbed defense exports to Israel. For instance, so they have given some instances. That day also, the 3-4 days ago also, we have seen that there are countries like Israel, not Israel, Netherlands, EU and UK. They have stopped exporting the arms to the Israel. So in this article, is comparing with respect to India also, how the Indian laws are there with respect to other countries. For an instance, we have took one example. Netherlands ordered the Dutch government to block the export of all F-35 fighter jet parts to Israel. That is Netherlands. Next one, he have also quoted an example of EU, which prohibits the military equipment export to a country if there is a clear risk of the recipient country which uses that particular equipment, and to violate the international humanitarian law. And also there is a other example that is being given, that is United Kingdom government also, acting under the Export Control Act, reviewed Israel's compliance with humanitarian law, international humanitarian law concerning the ongoing conflict in Gaza. And also he's focusing on the legal gap. There is no equivalent of the UK's Export Control Act or the EU regulation in Indian law requiring an assessment of a country's compliance with IHL obligations. They have given some the summary type, the thing what is going on. The overall summary is that India don't have a proper law regarding the international humanitarian law, because it have not signed. India is not a signatory to any of the treaty which ATT, armed state treaties there. Other treaties are given. It's not that much important in for examination perspective, but the thing is there is no laws for exporting the arms, and Supreme Court also said that it's not our duty to interfere in this particular bill. So it is directed. It said that it's not their domain. The Supreme Court have claimed that it's not their domain. That is the overall view of this article. One case they have mentioned, that is Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan. Because whenever we don't have certain domestic laws for particular issue, we will refer the international law. In the Vishaka guidelines also, Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan also, the court has not just used international law to enlarge the content of domestic law, but also judicially incorporated international law to fulfill the vacuum created by the absence of domestic law on the subject they have given. So these views are all personal. It's not that much important for the UPSC perspective. So next we'll switch to the other article, page number 9. It's about Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Samhita. Now we'll look on Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Samhita. Uh, the Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Samhita 2023 is a proposed legal reform. It is aimed at modernizing India's criminal justice system, and it replaces the term Indian Penal Code and 1860. It is introduced by the government 2023. So the key features are it is aimed at simplification of criminal laws, and also they have emphasizing on victim-centric approach, and by improving the victim compensation mechanism, and also they have changed the laws regarding technology and forensics, and they have focused on speedy justice, and also the protection of fundamental rights is a main concern regarding the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Samhita, and also gender sensitivity, providing stronger measures for dealing with the crimes like sexual harassment and trafficking. That is why POCSO was in news, and it is the case and the acts are evolving. And this article they have decriminalization of minor offences is also there in Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Samhita. Just go through one summary by any institute, you will get clarity on it. Next, in page number 9, working women double shift. So this topic comes under the effect of globalization on Indian society. There is a one previous year's question also regarding the load on women, regarding women empowerment and those issues. So working women get only 7 to 10 hours for rest day due to work at office and home. She should manage the things also due to the traditional practices and traditional practices versus professional duties. Those things are there. In this particular article, they have given a graph about the unpaid work in minutes, and also average minutes spent on unpaid domestic and care activities in a day across marital status in 2019. Male is spending about 184 minutes per day for domestic work, whereas never married persons are spending 184 hours. Currently married are spending around 167 minutes, and female is spending more. Female is spending around 500. They have given 476. Widow diversity is also the male and female difference is not much, but the currently married persons, male is working around average male is working around 167 minutes on domestic work, whereas female is working on 477 minutes. So female is working more, and they have given comparison in rural and urban also with respect to employment and related activities. So in rural, male unpaid domestic services they are doing is about 29%. We assume as 30, whereas female are doing 94%. 94% of the unpaid domestic work, and urban male is less. Urban woman is again 90. It's about 90%. So women are working more. We can derive a conclusion out of it. Next thing is 107, how to enable transit oriented development. Transport infrastructure is a prime driver of economic activity. So in this article comes under the roads infrastructure essay, roads and infrastructure. Basically they have given an example of Bangalore. In Bangalore, the rate of employment is more in the areas where the metro connectivity is there. So the overall summary of this article is that public policies and the landmark condition will drive the development of economic centers in suburban areas, and wherever there is a public transport system, the result will be good, and whenever there is a private vehicular use and all, the access to jobs, and they have given a dynamics of urbanization, how the connectivity will improve, will play a crucial role in the development and overall sustainable development practices, etc. And also they have given two maps. One is related to job cluster for the manufacturing and services sector in Bangalore, and other is about the distribution of jobs around all metro stations in Bangalore urban district. Now from this article, the important takeaway is that whenever you plan certain urban when you do urban planning very well, then people will be in prosperity. And so now we look on the transit-oriented development. Factors driving urbanization in India, there are push factors, there are pull factors, as you know. And Niti Aayog states that about 65% statutory towns does not have any master plan. 65% of towns, they don't have master plan. Because of this, the problems of urbanization are arising. And the main problems are traffic bottleneck, congestion, high level of vehicular pollution, concretization, no rainfall, more rainfall, and also heat waves. That is also there. And they have given one example of transit oriented development, example of Hong Kong. We can quote in answer writing also. About 57% of jobs are available within 500 meters of metro station. And also GVA per capita, it is increased by 50% when compared to 1993 to 2011. So we'll switch to the next article. In page number 12, they have given about the states want to extend the AFSPA, I mean uh, Armed Forces Special Power Act in Manipur. This topic comes under the security challenges under management in border areas, linkages of organized crime with terrorism. 5 6 days ago, we have discussed about the AFSPA scope in Manipur also. You can review that. This article mainly focused on that the 6 month extension of the ASPA in Manipur comes to end in September 30. So the state is thinking about whether to extend the scope of Armed Forces Special Power Act in Manipur. Uh, and also they have given some data about the killings and arrests of the people of the Cook and Methi groups, and also the militant groups also. Uh, in page number 13, out of 873 candidates contesting Jammu and Kashmir polls, only 43 are women. Finds there is one association for democratic reforms. So this this organization have concluded based on survey that in 873 candidates who are participating, who are contesting in elections, I mean the MLAs and MPs, those people, out of them only 43 are women. So here it represents the under participation of women. So this is also one topic regarding under participation of women. And also recent amendment have come about the women reservation in the state and in the parliament, in the legislative assembly. So look on that also. And in out of that, 114 of 872 candidates are having criminalized politics. So there is effect of criminalization of politics is also there. Look on that topic also. And in page number 14, they have given monsoon begins withdrawal from parts of Rajasthan. As you know that southwest monsoon, it starts in Kerala in June, July, and it goes up to the Rajasthan. Now from Rajasthan, it is coming back. And rainfall has been 5% more than normal across India. That is why floods are happening in Odisha. In Kerala also floods are there. Floods have come in Wayanad. In Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada also the floods are. This year floods are more in news. So just know the phenomena of that. And in other articles in page number 16, they have given about Lebanon and Israel strikes, and Iran walls of more than 10 kilometers of its border in east with Afghanistan. So Afghanistan and Iran are the neighboring countries, and Iran is walling a border with a fence. Okay, that is there. And that's all for today. Have a great day. Good night.